Hey, Ashley.
Hey, hey.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Indeed. It's
And
beginning to
then,
look a lot like Christmas.
see this Christmas, Black Santa, Black
You
Santa.
talked about it last week, but you actually brought out the merch this week. Got it, got it.
I did have wonderful tea in here for the voice. But yeah, for those watching us on YouTube, this is one of my prized possessions. I have his wife as well, and a myriad of other Black Santas in my house. But yeah, it's the 2025 year in review.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm just so excited because it's like, have you seen those posts on social media? It's like, I crushed my 2025 goals, and it's like, don't die. and
Yeah, let's
thank
keep it
God for
simple this
life.
year. Let's keep
Yeah.
it very simple
Like,
this year.
but no, it's been something. It's been something this year. We talked about it on the podcast all through the year, and more recently just talking about how there's been so many macro changes that's impacted our lives here in America, and then around the world as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just, mama, we made it.
Amen.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking to myself, I was like, self, this is reflection. I was like, shout out to our resilience, our resiliency.
If there's nothing else, we're some adaptive little creatures, us human
Listen,
beings. We make it through. We figure it out. Hopefully, we'll continue to figure it out.
it also reminds me of Kendrick Lamar. Inside my DNA, I got loyalty inside. Like, it's in our DNA.
And
Anyway,
2025 was another great year for Kenny. So,
it really was. It really was. And so
can
in
I call
today's
you Kenny
episode,
Kendrick? Thank you.
I
Act
mean,
like I
he's
know
out here
that man.
busting the bill bottoms, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mhm.
in
Changing
this
men's fashion. Yeah.
absolutely trendsetter, we're going to talk about our top three of the following: favorite films, TV shows, pop culture moments, experiences, and podcast highlights of the year. So, without further ado, Ashley, what's your top three films of 2025?
So, what I love about my top three films this year is that they are not streaming films, they are all theater experiences. And I think this is a first in many years that that has been the case for me. And I love it when I was looking and thinking about it. So, my
Yeah,
top three in no particular order, I found myself with these lists. I usually do it like in like the time period sequentially, not necessarily based off of what was first, second, or third, just
yeah,
what made sense for the timeline of the year. So
yep,
I'm going to start with Sinners because, of course, it
all
was
day,
a
every day.
cultural moment and
Best picture, as far as I'm concerned.
absolutely. And just the fact that, it traumatized me, but also is going to go down as probably one of the most impactful experiences I've had with a movie in a very, very long time.
Long time.
Says something. Like I got all the feelings from Sinners.
Yeah,
Michael B.
yeah,
Jordan, this is his Oscar worthy performance, in my opinion.
absolutely.
Playing Smoke and
Yes.
Stack, making me care about both of these people as individuals.
Forgetting they're
Amazing.
played by one person.
Amazing. I mean, the production design, the costume design, the cinematography, the direction, everyone's performances, it was exceptional. And shout out to Haley Steinfeld, preggers with her first baby.
Yes, with her football husband. I had no idea who that man was.
And people
Um,
in the football world know Josh, but I didn't know that
they
man
do.
either. That's
I
Haley
was like, oh,
Steinfeld's husband, according to
period.
us.
Exactly.
All right. And then next up is going to be Freakier Friday. Delora and I got a chance to go see
Yeah,
this together and,
with
you
the little
know,
one.
with the little one. And it was not, I can't say that it was one of those that I was like highly anticipating there ever being a sequel for, but damn, this is, in my opinion, better than the original. Like the storyline, the shenanigans of it, Lindsay and Jamie's like chemistry continues to be phenomenal. I just really, it was a great like in theater experience.
It really was.
So
And what was so
nostalgic.
funny about it was people were poo-hooing on it leading up to our viewing. And we're like, when we
Yes.
left, we were like, I don't know what they were talking about. It
No.
was fan service for me.
It was
And
fantastic. It was
yes,
fantastic. And that's the case for me with the last and final two, which is Wicked for Good. You know, I can't believe when we saw it that people were coming down on it because I'm like, first of all, this is already a stage musical. So y'all know the story. Like, what did y'all
exactly.
want from them?
Exactly.
I loved it. I thought it was, and we talked about it. We microdosed it after we saw it. We did for Freakier Friday as well. But I just, you know, I think that Cynthia and Ariana together are a musical pairing that I will never get over. To be able to have the pleasure of experiencing them in these roles musically, as well as just both of them to me, the acting, like they were born to be these characters. I don't know how else to say it. And I've heard John Chu recently talking about all that it took to go into this. And, you know, there's just a few things when they happen that I'm like, man, I'm glad I was alive for that, you know, and this is one of those
Absolutely.
things for me too.
Absolutely.
It's like, I'm glad I was around for this iteration of this like experience.
Again, Oz, John M. Chu's vision of Oz was so immersive.
Yep.
And he was just so meticulous with just the engineering of that world and the costumes and the colors. And to your point, the performances were out of this world, defying
Define
gravity.
gravity, baby. And I'll be on work calls, y'all, and I will be in my head singing Wicked songs. Like I've had to like call myself out on a call because I'm like low key humming. So I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm just singing a little Wicked. Forgive me. And I've heard so many coworkers and even clients who will say like, oh, the stage musical was better. Da da da. No, it's not. Like I get it that y'all like y'all some Kristen Chenoweth and Adina, and all due respect, no
You
shade.
know, it took a while for Wicked to actually get the
Yes,
momentum that
I
it
fully
has.
aware, fully aware.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, people now they just want to kind of glorify it. Part of it, I think, is racism. But I will just say that all of my top films this year brought me such like feeling, delight that I need to continue to like love movies because for the longest I loved movies more than I loved like television. So
Yes.
that has kind of flipped in the last few
TV has been
years.
kicking movies butt,
Listen, it's been a
especially
golden
with like
era.
character development and how well
Yes.
television productions have been.
Cinematic experiences with
Yeah.
television. Particularly, I've talked about it, Apple TV. Y'all got
Yeah.
y'all foot on my neck with these shows. Listen, so I'm grateful that I was able to have such great cinematic experiences in 2025. That's for sure, and I want them to continue. And honorable mention this year, another theatrical experience I had that was a pleasant surprise was Thunderbolts. Like I went into Thunderbolts with
Oh,
absolutely no expectations,
yeah.
and it was so like heartfelt in ways and relatable in ways that I wasn't expecting. I actually really enjoyed that cast because I don't know how much you guys are kind of aware, but these are like the periphery characters of Marvel, right? Like it's not your biggies, not your Avengers that you're used to. And so I didn't know what to expect and I really enjoyed it. So shout out to Thunderbolts. That's my top list for the year.
Yay. All right. Here's my top three. And for this category, I do have it in order. So, number one, Sinners. Sinners, future best picture, future best original screenplay, best director, I'm best
All the
actor,
things.
all the things. Um, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I talk about this all the time on this podcast. The things that happen in culture that should not make any sense. Like, what do you mean Jim Crow era vampire movie with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler? And what this film has done is solidify They're excellent, especially Ryan Coogler. Like,
Yeah.
again, put some respect on that young man's name. Okay. Multiple $1 billion films under his belt. Now he has his very own original. Yes.
This man's
Why
not
are people
even
acting like
40.
why are people acting like Marvel movies making $1 billion is light work? Not all Marvel movies have made
No,
that type of money.
no, no,
Not all
no.
Marvel movies have been nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars.
I mean, the OG first Black Panther movie shut it down. Like, shut
Period.
it down.
Period.
And not
And
just for Black culture. Let's be
yes,
clear.
thank you, thank you.
Shattered
But
records.
that's part of our culture. Like when we move the needle, we move everybody with us. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
What is America without Black culture? Nothing. Boring. Milk.
Unseasoned.
Unseasoned rice. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff
I
out
don't
here.
know. Me too.
Unseasoned greens. That's probably a better analogy.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No. Um, phenomenal, phenomenal movie. Even watching it again at home was phenomenal. Again, done in IMAX, which made it, you know, a reason to go to the movies, and it was definitely worth it. Number two, again, I remember seeing the previews to this movie a week before it was released. And I was like, what the fuck is this? K-pop Demon Hunters. I was like, okay, K-pop. Okay, I know Blackpink, I know BTS, you know, what does this have to do with Demon Hunters? Like, y'all be doing too much. Okay, that's what I said. That's what I said. My daughter watches it. And I didn't even get a chance to watch it with her the first time because it came out around Aaliyah's birthday. Shout out Aaliyah. This was a big birthday for her this year. So I came in at the end of it. I kind of fell asleep on it. And so my daughter was like, oh, let's watch it again. Because like every kid, you want to watch everything 50 million times.
Hmm.
I watched it and I was like, do you hear this music? Do you see these colors? Like the story, the sacrifice, the little bit of romance. Like, what is this?
It will always freak me out just a little bit that the music is meant to be addictive.
And it actually is.
And it actually is. That really freaks me out just a little bit.
I don't blame you. And, you know, being born and raised Christian, understanding the importance of lyrics and what you say and everything like that, I just was like, I didn't see anything wrong. So I just lived my life.
Just gonna pray extra hard tonight. Lord Jesus.
We're covered. Okay. But like when I tell you, I was like, do I have a crush on an animated character at my age? Okay, she knew.
Shout out
Okay,
Aladdin.
baby.
My OG animated crush.
Oh, was it Latin?
Aladdin. Girl, yes. Couldn't tell
Mine
me
mine
none.
was Kovu.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm partially joking. But I remember thinking like, oh, I love him. And what
I
was her name?
mean,
What was
people
their
loved
baby's name?
Mufasa. That one I'll never get over. Or Simba. Those are the weird ones. Sorry. No judgment for all of y'all who had a crush on Simba and Mufasa.
I'm only bringing it up for humorous reasons, of course. But growing up, it was definitely Prince Eric, Little
Okay.
Mermaid.
Okay.
Um, but the music just got better and better, and I kept watching it along with my daughter. And honestly, with the type of year we were having in the world, I was like, this is what I needed, and this is like my comfort movie, my comfort songs. I remember the first time I was playing the songs without my daughter. She comes in. I was showering because I love listening to music while I shower. She comes in. She's like, "Mom, you're listening to how it's done without me," and I'm like, "Yeah, and Golden, and all, you know, Soda Pop and all of them." But it was actually a gateway into learning more about Korean culture and Asian culture. And
Yeah.
I'll get more into that as we talk, but great film. And then my last one is One of Them Days.
All right.
I really enjoyed this film. You and I went to go see it. It's an Issa Rae production. Kiki is our girl.
Yep,
SZA, I think this was her debut,
it was.
and I we had a good time. We had a good time. It was very, again, I think it feels great when you're at the age where you're the main audience. You know what I mean?
Cater to me, absolutely.
It's catered to us and our
And then
humor.
they had such a great like run with interviews too. The one
Yes.
interview where Kiki was calling the Defying Gravity run a slave hymn. Like I think about that rent free all the time in my head.
Her doing it like for the NAACP awards and
Girl,
like her
she said
doing the riff
that's
in
a
front
slave
of
hymn.
Cynthia is the funniest thing to me. So,
Pure
all right,
comedy.
let's go ahead and get into TV. What's your top three, Ashley?
All right. Again, this is more about my orders, just time. Paradise, Hulu. Sterling, James Marsden, shut it down. This show was so stinking good. I
It's
was
very
not
good.
ready. We
Yeah.
recapped it. Y'all go check out that recap. Man, I'm so excited for season two as well. Like, this isn't one they're going to sit on, which I appreciate because we have so many series that take 50, 11 years to come out with their next season. They're like, all right, I'm excited, but let me go back and rewatch to refresh because I've watched so much since that season. I like Euphoria third season that
Girl,
we
I'm
will
like, who
have
are these
forgotten
people?
what everyone has
Who
done.
are these
And we
Negroes?
recapped it. Yeah.
I
So
know.
I'm just there's so much intrigue with this series in terms of what's really going on. You had such a great villain with with the character who's kind of trying to run the bunker and the shadiness of it all and the intrigue. Like again, I love thrillers. Thrillers I really do think are my favorite genre of content. So this right up my alley. My next one is The Four Seasons on Netflix, another series that we recapped. And this
Yes.
one, you know, Tina Fey, Coleman Domingo, and them, they just brought me joy. Like, that's what I'll say about this series. It was just such a joyful experience. I enjoyed everybody, Steve Carell, all the actors who were in this. And I know it's based off of a previous iteration of, but I haven't seen it. So there was no spoilers for me. I went into it purely cold. And I just liked the format. I liked that it was literally broken up into seasons of these people's lives and the era that they're in, kind of seeing how they're navigating like midlife and midlife crises and all of that. I don't know. It's something for me. I still in like I have a reverence for people who are older than me and like what life looks like as you kind of move forward and navigate. So I just kind of, you know, I know people love teens and high school and all this stuff. I gravitate and really do enjoy the stories about what's next. Like, what do next
Same.
chapters
Same.
look like? So,
I
this
used
was
to
that for
watch
me.
all those the anything Jane Fonda.
Yeah, still do. Still do.
R.I.P. Um
Diane Keaton.
Diane Keaton. She was the
Hmm.
queen of those films. I used to love all of them. All of them. So I get it. And then shout
Absolutely.
out to Coleman Domingo's cutie husband in
Yes,
that
he was
show.
our
He's gonna
MVP.
be he was our MVP
He
and
was
he's
our
gonna be
MVP.
in that new rom-com with Reggae and Halle.
And then, last but not least, our latest recap, All Her Fault. This film, or this show rather, on Peacock. Woo! One for the books. It is a fantastic series. I told y'all when we talked about it on the recap that it was one that, you know, came out of nowhere for me, but gave me everything I wanted and needed. And I really had very few complaints other than Jay Ellis and that lone black man being done the way he was done. Otherwise,
It was so predictable in
pretty
that route.
flawless.
I was
Yeah.
like, really,
Yeah.
really. But I'm not gonna lie. Did you notice he spoke like more proper when the heat was on him? He's like, I did this, like when he was confronted about like
Makes
his
sense.
gambling and everything. Like I was
Makes
dying.
sense.
I was
He's
like,
suddenly under fire. It makes sense. Honorable mentions for top shows for the year. Solo Traveling with Tracy Ellis Ross, available on Roku. Roku. What am I saying today? Roku. On Roku. Another one we recapped. So Joyful. She goes to 3 international destinations. It's fabulous. Tracy is fabulous. We love her. Forever on Netflix. Definitely honorable mention. Mara Brock Akil. Love this cast, little cuties navigating. Again, I don't gravitate as much to the teeny boppers now as I used to, but still a very cute black experience, which we love. And then the final one for me was The Better Sister on Prime. This was a hidden gem for me at one point. Jessica Biel is in this thriller series. A lot of twists and turns. Fascinating season watch. So those are my honorable mentions. Those are my top shows. What about you, Laura?
All right. My top three are in order. Number one, Paradise. Shout out to Sterling K. Brown, aka my cousin. So proud of him. So proud that he's on a hit show, leading man.
Again,
Now, don't get me wrong. This Is Us. He is obviously one of the leads, and honestly, he
he
carried
was
that
my
show.
lead. He was
He
my lead.
carried that show.
Yeah, but he's number one on
But
the call sheet now.
number one on the call sheet. Okay. So super proud. The show was excellent. Can't wait for season two. Number two, Forever. Uh, I'm so glad Mara is back and she did not disappoint. This series was so good. And what was really a standout for me was the parenting. I'm like, I want to be like y'all when I grow up with my baby. Like his parents, his mom and dad, phenomenal. And I just love their dynamic
Excellent.
between each other as well.
Yep.
Um, to your point, the teeny bopper drama and to see it play out now that we're in this digital world was definitely something new and something that was exciting compared to like Julie Bloom's original
Girl.
concept. But well done. Well done. I cannot wait for season two. And then number three. So this is kind of what I was referring to in my movies. K-pop Demon Hunters, because of my love for it and my current algorithm, it started introducing me to anime, and then it eventually introduced me to K dramas. And man, have I been just
Had a time.
basking. I've been having a time. I'm having, I don't like to refer to myself as a pig, but happier than the pig in mud.
Yeah,
This is the
I know
expression.
the analogy.
Because as a book girly, in addition to the love of movies and TV shows, like they are so good. Like they bring the tropes I have loved, they bring them to life. Enemies
Yeah,
to lovers, forbidden love,
yeah.
friends to lovers. Like, and the stakes are so high. It's different from the books because most of the K dramas I've watched are so PG. Like the biggest thing they've ever done is a kiss, and and once they get that kiss,
Oh, so it's the longing. It's the long game. Shout out to
yes,
my Aunt Phyllis. She's with you. I remember going to her apartment at some point and she turned on the TV. Her Netflix algorithm was nothing but K drama, like K series. And I was like, girl,
yes,
is this all you watch? She said, yes. This is literally
so
all I
good.
watch.
And so K dramas are my number three. And so I'll list the ones. I'm still a baby in it. Okay. But the series I have completed because that's another thing. These bad boys are like 12 to 16 episodes, sometimes 20 to 30, depending.
Good. Good.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, my intro, Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. This one was very fun because it was like a present day chef, like Michelin star chef who magically teleports into the past to ancient Korea, and the crazy king wants her dead, thinks she's a witch or a ghost or whatever. And then he was like, okay, so if you're a chef or whatever, you got to make me something new every day, or I'm gonna kill you. And of
Jesus.
course, again, like the books, grumpy. She's the sunshine. She melts his heart. It's so sweet towards the end. It's so good. But then the thing I realized very quickly when it comes to K dramas is the drama is real. There's political intrigue. There are absolutely deaths. Okay. Like people are getting sword down. And I was like, oh, I thought this was just, rainbows and butterflies. It is not. There are rainbows and butterflies at times, but then there's also killings. But I think I love how like complex that is. Like, you know what I mean? It keeps it very interesting. The second one was a hidden gem. That was a hidden gem for me this year. The second one was my second K drama that I completed, The King's Affection. I mentioned this as well. Twins, boy, girl at birth. There was an accident that happens. The girl has to live the king's life. And, it's kind of that conversation of duty versus, finding love, finding yourself. And that male lead is so cute. Shout out to him. I think his name is like Roquan or something like that. And that's another thing. A lot of their actors are also singers or part of boy K-pop bands and everything like that. So it's just really fascinating. Multi-talented people. And then, but yeah, that story was more dramatic. Also done really well. And I'm watching Dynamite Kiss currently and Alchemy of the Souls. And then my honorable mention is Solo Traveling with Tracy Ellis Ross. All right, Ashley, pop culture moments.
Yeah. So my first one is Michelle Obama skipping the inauguration because respect. Like,
yes.
I don't even really need to play no games with y'all. This was bullshit.
She's
And
like, I'm not even putting on the my little ponytail. You remember she did
no,
that one?
I'm not playing these games with y'all. Like, I don't think I've ever respected her more than that decision.
And to be
Like,
fair, she was already dealing with grief after the loss of her mom, but I feel like that kind of gave her a level of freedom that I don't think she would have.
I hope that no matter what, and yes, rest in peace to her mother. I think no matter what, she has entered an era of I don't give a fuck. And I so respect that about her. Like, forget the pomp and circumstance, forget tradition, because what has happened is wild. And
It's
I'm not going to
insane.
be a part of this circus no more. So, miss me with this inauguration. I will not be there. Y'all have a good day. Mad respect. Next is Kendrick Lamar, Kenny, at the Super Bowl. And then just the game itself. Like, it actually was a very good game.
Very good.
I
Shout out to
loved,
Jalen.
girl, I loved getting to watch it with my brother and talk mad shit as we went through the night because he tried to claim he wasn't that invested. And yet, at some point, he was like, yeah, this is such a blowout. Y'all just want to watch something else? Absolutely not. I want you to see this ass whooping and I want
Period.
you to enjoy.
Was he rooting for the other team?
He's rooting for the Chiefs. He was rooting
Oh,
for the Chiefs because he's been
oh,
a Patrick Mahomes fan.
why?
He's been a Mahomes fan, girl. And one of Mahomes would be the first black quarterback. Da, da, da. I said Mahomes don't even consider himself black if you ask
That
me.
it's a wasted fact
So
because he
Jalen
does
Hurts is the
not.
only black quarterback playing today. And then
He really was
that was Trump's team. So there's no way y'all gonna have me rooting
that
for the
part.
Chiefs when I know that this is who Trump is rooting for.
Okay, fried chicken.
Like, get out of here. Get out of here. So the game itself was so enjoyable. And then, Kenny getting out there, he as a rapper, like a lot of rappers don't put on a performance, in my opinion. They get out there, they do their
Correct.
bars, they may have some dancers, whatever. That was a show. That was a production. And I really, really enjoyed that. Shout out to Serena coming out here. Shady boots. Shady
Loved it.
boots.
Loved every moment of
Crip
it.
walking on them. Like
Yes.
it was a moment. And Kendrick was already
They
coming
not like
off
us.
of such a great 2024 that
Yes.
just 2025 continued to just solidify this legacy, the pettiness, like the victory,
Yes. It
a
was
lot of
definitely his
things.
victory lap for
Yeah,
sure.
indeed. And shout out to, Cali and, the love that that city and state has for him and him being able to show up and show out in that way for them. So, and last but not least, as far as the tops, is going to be that wicked opening number at the Oscars this year. When I tell y'all, I bawled. Like, I
Same.
boo-hooed. It was, again, going back to just the magic of the Ariana Grande Cynthia Erivo musical collaboration experience. It touches my soul. And there's not a lot of music that hits me emotionally. So when you do, I know that I am deeply connected to what you've put out into the world. And so that's the case for me with that wicked opening number at the Oscars. And honorable mentions, it ends with us start of the drama just because it was so juicy. And it was
Girl.
like, what the fuck is going
Girl.
on? Like, I kind of
Yes.
feel bad for Colleen Hoover at this point because I'm like, y'all really destroyed this
I
woman's
know.
work with
But
these
she got two more
shenanigans.
movies coming out. Actually, one probably just came out, Regretting You or something like that. She's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm sure she is, but it's still just like I would be pissed if I were an author. I can only imagine the excitement when your project gets picked up, it gets greenlit, you meet the actors, you're excited about what's happening, and for it to just turn into that type of shit show is it has to be devastating, because it does
Yeah.
leave
And
a
choosing the
sour
wrong
note
team.
on her book now because of it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, I know, and I know it's not even over, but the start of it
It's
was
not.
just so juicy.
It
And I
was
still
also
wonder if
confusing.
years from now it's gonna come out that they fucked. Like I'm just curious if years from now it's gonna be like somebody's
What they
80 and they
say,
feeling loose lipped and they like actually, yeah, I
she
remember that drama? They was
they said that she wanted it, but
yeah.
he was not interested.
We let we'll see. We'll see. The 2025 Met Gala, that may be the final one I ever watch, depending on how the rest of
Girl.
this goes. So, Black
Beyonce and Venus
dandyism,
Williams aren't going to convince you to watch.
as we know, as we've talked about, absolutely not. So, if Black dandyism is the end, I guess we had a good run
We had a great
and
run.
it was a
Shout
great
out to
experience.
Monica Miller. She wrote the book on it. I actually got her tailoring black
You showed
style.
me when I came and
Yes,
visited.
gorgeous, gorgeous book
It
full
is
of history.
fantastic. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great coffee table book. And then finally, the Coldplay concert Infidelity. It
Oh my
was
gosh.
so wild. It took on
Crazy.
such a life. Chris Martin calling it out at the concert, and then all the ripple effects to those people, their careers. Gwyneth Paltrow deciding to join in the fray by doing a
Amazing.
commercial on behalf of the company. I mean, I don't think we take anything that seriously anymore.
Not with
No,
with
no.
our current commander in chief that likes to tweet things
It's all for
in the middle of the
entertainment.
night. I think no, we take
It's
nothing seriously.
all entertainment now. So that's it. That's all. What about you?
All right. So I kind of did some groupings, okay? So the first one, I kind of packaged it preserving black culture through documentary recognition and awards. So here we go. Uh Number one on the call sheet, Seen and Heard. Those two documentaries were phenomenal, both taking the black um artist perspective and where we are and how far we've gone, how far we've come and how far we still have to go, you know what I mean, and just putting that tent pole down just so we can see where we are, and then capturing the greats, the Denzels, the Violas, in those projects. The Debbie Allens, major. Debbie Allen getting her Barbie and her Oscar, that just warms my heart. Chadwick Boseman getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hip hop at the Vatican. We had the clips. Jennifer Hudson
Shout out to the
John
clips, man.
Legend, Pharrell performing at the freaking Vatican
Is
because
it
we guess what? We got an American Pope.
is it fair to say too that like the Clips are the classiest rappers I could have outside of like the only other group I could have seen doing is like Outkast. Like I could have seen Outkast at
Yes,
one point, but the
it
Clips
makes
is like
sense.
perfect
And
now.
then they also are the culture in terms of they have the skill, the
They
craftsmanship,
have the skill, but also like they are classic. I
successful.
don't know how else to say it. Like I think we talked about it when we talked about this as a hot topic or a headline. They are so clear about who they are and what they
Yes.
choose to do.
Yes.
And I respect that. Even when,
Period.
Pusha T and Drake had they beef and that shit got
Yes.
ugly.
I mean, that's how we found out Drake
We
got
got
a
a
baby.
child. Damn.
I wasn't hiding him from the world. I was hiding the world.
Girl.
Whatever that,
He should
whatever
have he
that
should have
line was.
retired from rap beefs right then and there. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. He was deceased after that one. Anyway.
Kendrick Lamar's halftime show
Yeah, of
and
course.
the Eagles win. Major key. Okay. Misty Copeland taking her final bow. Major, major, major. And then Beyonce winning album of the year finally. Um, my second blanket, Black girlies being loved out loud. We got Normani engaged, Zendaya engaged, Coco Jones engaged, and Meg Thee Stallion with Clay Thompson. Oh, I love it. And then we got Ryan Destiny as well engaged. Yes, 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 yes. I'm always here for Black girls being loved out loud. Number 3, Diddy. Everything from the trial to the verdict to the documentary. We talked about this actually last week with this recent documentary, courtesy of 50 Cent. Um, he's such a pillar of hip hop for our generation. You can't really
Sadly.
shake him.
Yeah.
And to see this fall from grace off of his horrific behavior is insane. But he
Yeah.
still is getting his hand slapped because he only got what, 2 years?
Yeah. I just think karma's gonna have to do it. I think it's gonna have to be some otherworldly consequences that'll catch up to him. Because I don't know if he'll get his due here.
I know. I have honorable mentions as well. It ends with this drama.
Mhm.
I read the book. I was excited for the movie, and the movie wasn't bad, but to know about all this drama behind the scenes, and we both were our fans of Justin. So to hear some of these complaints, I was like, oh no, that seems
I was
like,
a fan of both of these people.
well,
So
that too. I forget. I've dropped her since, but yes, I was a fan of Blake
yeah,
Lively
I
because I
loved
missed her.
Blake. I
I
loved
loved her at
Blake.
the Met and everything like that. But I'm convinced, and this isn't a patriarchal ideation or anything like that. I'm pretty sure she tried to bulldoze these people, and she didn't like that they pushed back, and so she pulled a Karen. That's what I do feel that way. Um, and then two more things. The wildfires, top of the year, devastating for Hollywood, for a lot of the actors and actresses and musicians that we love. Um, and I say that because it has impacted how a lot of projects have been able to move forward since.
Mhm.
We've had some lags through the year because of it. I think that's part of the reason why these companies are looking to merge and everything too, trying to recoup. Um, so yeah. And then I have fumbles. Nelly and Snoop performing at the inauguration. Oprah and Gail hanging out with funders of this administration. And then Beyonce at Kris Jenner's party and apparently hit leading the Met. And then the biggest fumble is Shannon Sharp.
Mm. Okay.
Experiences.
Yeah, so I guess we're getting into life a little bit with this. So I'll give my three. My first one is my trip to Italy because it was a
Yeah.
bucket list trip for me. I've been wanting to go to Italy forever. For the food, for the ambiance, see what the cultural experience would be like being there. And we really got a chance to immerse in going to Venice as well as going to the coast and doing Amalfi and Capri. And the best food was the seafood, hands down. The views were incredible. Still hard for me sometimes to eat seafood being back here because of how good it was
I mean,
there.
they literally are washing up offshore
Listen,
when you're in Italy.
listen. And then again, I just really enjoy immersive opportunities to be outside of these United States and see how other people live, see, you know, I don't know how best to say it, but just get out of your own comfort in certain ways, right? And realize that there's a lot going on outside of what we have going on here in the United States of America. So, um, it was a great trip. Shout out to my mom. We had a great time and on to the next one for us because we'll be taking another trip here very soon. So, next up for me is my yoga teaching certification. This was something I had been
Yay.
wanting to do and nervous about it. I think I'm still nervous, honestly, about the teaching part. Like, I really fell in love with yoga for physical health, for mental health during COVID and then post, and had a great instructor and business owner of a yoga studio in Florida that I really gravitated towards, a Black woman. Shout out to Mignon, that really helped me to see a vision beyond just practicing yoga of what it could be like to really be a part of the community. Because to be fair, I'd always seen yoga as like a white woman's, thing, not necessarily as open to my culture. And
Although
so,
it's a Eastern practice.
I mean, it, one could say, and I've heard people say it actually originated or truly originated in Africa, but we also have, the general understanding that it originated in the Middle East. So, um, the thing I've continued to love about the experience I had with yoga teaching was just the bonds I made with some of the people that I was able to have class with. The fact that now I truly know how much of an impact it has just on my quality of life. Because when I'm not doing physical exercising, and whether that's yoga, Pilates, bar, I'm just not as happy. I'm not as grounded. I'm not as centered. I don't handle things as well. So just generally, I think it helped to solidify that, like, yes, this is something that I need, but also the love of like just the community within the yoga space is still great. And I am moving forward with hopefully starting to teach here very, very soon because I needed a little bit of downtime after
Yay.
the 8 months or so that I was in that
It was a
program.
lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot physically, time wise, it was a lot. And then finally going to the Brandy and Monica, The Boy Is Mine tour this year was great. I love Brandy in particular. I had gotten to see her at the start of her career and was excited to kind of reminisce, revisit, see where she's at, see what her stage presence and all that stuff is like now as a grown woman. And me and my sister-in-law and her sister got to see them opening night, right? So to see the energy and the excitement that her and Monica had for the tour, see them together after so many years of thinking they had beef and they would never necessarily have a friendship. It was just enjoyable, and we were in like a more seasoned crowd, you know what I mean? So it's also nice that people set their asses down sometimes, and
Oh
that made
my.
the experience when you're there till 11 p.m., 11:30 midnight on a weekday as a grown person just a little bit more comfortable. So I have to shout out to that too. Thank you to the crowd because we were seasoned and we were like, all right, we've been at work all day. Let's sit down and enjoy this and pop up when the hits come on. And then the Whitney tribute as a part of it, like I could go on and on. It was just great. So those are my top experiences. What about you?
Yes. All right. So this year has been a lot, both dealing with like the bigger world, as well as there's been a lot of transition in the workspace as well, with significant layoffs, and it's just been stressful. It's been stressful and a lot of change and reorg and just navigating those tough waters. I realized that I need to be more intentional with my community. And so I was able to build what I like to call my Dora Milaje. And so um, I got a new OBGYN. I have a career coach, and I got a new therapist. I was like, you know what? And they're all Black women. And I'm like, you know what? This is phenomenal. And I
Hmm.
say that to say it's like, I realized I needed to fortify myself. And in that fortification, I also read some really transformative books that really like inspired me and helped put things in perspective. My favorite one is called The Wealth Money Can't Buy. And what I really love about this book, it's by Robin Sharma. Um, he really just puts things in buckets, and he's like, to live a full life, you need community, service, craft, obviously money. And so for me, it was eye opening because I'm like, I got a chance to put things in perspective. Like, I've put so much in the career bucket. I'm like, what about
Hmm.
my health, my mental health, my family, my giving back into the community, and all those things? And yes, we have the podcast, but to me, it was so good. And another transformative book um, that was a lot of fun is Will Packer's book, which is a phenomenal audio book, by the way, is Who Better Than You. His book is fun because it very much speaks to him being a Hollywood producer. So there's a lot of anecdotal Hollywood stories that are a lot of fun. And with his audiobook, he has some of his bigger stars speaking. So you have um Regina King and Kevin Hart and um a myriad of other people on the mic telling stories and acting as if they were Will Packer themselves. It was just very enjoyable. But he's really great at just talking about when building confidence. He's like, I talk to myself in the mirror every day because I'm the most important person to talk to. Because if I don't talk to myself, who else is going to tell me that I'm great, that I'm, intelligent, that I'm smart? And I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Along with La Roche's book, How to Build a Fashion Icon. Phenomenal book. So I say all this to say, it was a very much transformative year. It just was very eye opening of like, okay, what do I need to fortify myself? What space do I need to give myself? What people do I need to talk to? And I wanted to share these books and the people that I've been able to um, reach out to and really help me finish 2025 strong. And then shout out to my husband. We went to Myrtle Beach. That was needed. I needed to get away to have that thought process. Like, and that's when I fell in love with Tracy Ellis Ross show Solo Traveling, because it's like I just love that she Black woman traveling, seeing the world, and I'm like, I want to do that. And then like I'm just writing down all the things and inspiring on that trip. I was calling all my friends, like, y'all know a therapist, y'all know an OBG. Got that going. That happened around the summer. So by the second half of the year, it was good to go. So, and then this year I also read at this point 218 books.
You need to do that book tree I sent you. That's
I
crazy.
know, I know. Which I really enjoyed. And um we met Hannah Beekler in person. Our very like our first Oscar winner interview, and we got a chance to meet her in person. So those are my experiences. All right. Podcast highlights of the year.
Yeah. All right. In conversations, always love in
Always.
conversations. And we had multiple with Black women this year. So we talked to Kiara Harris, Kristen
Yes.
Berry. We talked to the lovely ladies leading up to the Dayton Black Women's Film Festival, Aisha, Kayla, Selena. And then we got a chance to talk to Shondell and Tiffany about their documentary, Beyond the System. So shout out to our In Conversation folks, guests. We appreciate you. We love that you come
Thank
on
you.
and
Thank you.
share your
Thank you.
stories and your projects with us. So
Absolutely.
every time it brings us joy. Number two, the Dayton Black Women's Film Festival. This was our first live event experience. And I have to say, partnering with Angelina has been such a pleasure. Like, I
Yes.
would say that even though she's younger than us, she gives me such great insight into like a leadership style that I really enjoy,
Yeah.
which
She's
is
inspiring.
she is very hands on, but also very trusting and open to ideas and vision that live outside of herself and how that looks like and how that needs to feel. And she seems to be very good under pressure
She's a
because this is a
director, baby.
very high pressure. But
Yes.
live events, it also just takes a little bit of a different muscle too. I mean, being a director, absolutely, but even more so, like there's so much that's going to be outside of your control with a live event. And I just, kudos, shout out. Like you
Yes.
did the damn thing. This was her second annual. We got a chance
Yes.
to talk to her as a podcast guest after the first one. And so
Yeah.
just her openness to partnering with us was exciting.
It
Being
was
there was
even bigger.
exciting. Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
I think she's going to continue to expand and grow every year with it. But how we were going to navigate it was a question mark for us because, again, we had never done a live event before.
Never. And
Thankfully, we had
we,
a great photographer, videographer we were able to partner with
yes.
Ronald Applin. He
The
is
great. He's so good.
he's like
Like,
our like he to me, I'm like, I know we don't pay you, but you are like a team member in my mind, like with our podcast at this
period.
point
Period.
because
He's
he's
so
been so
talented and
clutch.
he's
Yeah.
so chill too
Yeah. And talk
that he
about again somebody
creates.
who's so open to like
Yes.
collaboration, like creative
And
collaboration around everything.
absolutely. What I was going to say was that he just creates a very comfortable environment so that
Yes.
you bring your best and it's captured and so good. So good.
Yeah, that's key. Like we do so much, but we forget that we're also the talent sometimes and that we have to like be on. So to have somebody who can
Yes.
kind of take that stress off the back end and just kind of let you be talent and like take care of the rest of it. And again, this is his free time. This is his weekends away from his child, his family, all his other projects. He's been working on a documentary at the same time. And so just definitely appreciative of like the team that really helped us with this
Yes.
project, as well as again the partnership with Angelina and the continuation of that. Excited about it. And then finally, our 5 year anniversary. Like it cannot be understated how big of a deal it is that as a indie podcast, as you like to call us, we have hit the 5 year mark. And I always talk about the fact that the thing that keeps me so excited about the podcast is nothing, like literally nothing has become stale to me about what it is that we do. There's still so much growth and opportunity available.
Yes.
Like our structure may change at some point, our formatting could change, but like we chose to talk about things that we're passionate about. And I think that has legs and will always have legs. We talk about content that will always have legs. And then all these other like goals we have that are a part of this partnership that you and I just have together just keeps me like just
Yes.
very excited. And it's a creative outlet. I saw a post recently with Robert Townsend saying like what you do during the day is that may be your day job, but as a creative, you live at night. Like you live for the night. And this is absolutely a labor of love for us. We're recording
Yes.
on an off day for us usually, but usually we do this in the night.
We
It is
do.
it is our time to focus on this creative endeavor we poured money, time, resources,
Yes.
sweat, tears, whatever into. And
Yep.
so I'm just proud of us for hitting that 5 year mark and still having so much bandwidth to do more. So
Yes.
very, very excited. And the honorable mentions, you already mentioned the Yellow Springs Film Festival and getting to meet Hannah. It was so full circle to be able
Yes.
to like
5 years.
find this event because I don't even remember where I saw it, but I was like, oh, Hannah's gonna be at the Old Spring Film Festival. We should go. And then I didn't
Yes,
know, like, you don't necessarily expect that she's gonna stick around to talk to people.
not
So
at
the fact that
all.
she literally stuck around, and one thing I noted about her, again, I'm always like taking gems that I see of like the way people treat other people. And she
Yes,
literally, even though it was all these people around her, every time somebody came up to her, she engaged with them.
yes,
Full eye contact, conversation. Like that's a quality in
it
a human
is.
being. And
I agree.
I loved that about her. And then we started video podcasting. You know, we've
Yes.
talked about it for a long time. Delora was like, listen, we just got to do it. And I was like, you're right. We just got to do it. Like, fuck it. We just stop trying to
Courtesy of
make
my
something
therapist.
perfect.
Shout out to, people, both my therapist and my career coach. They were like, they were
Just do
very
it.
adamant about like the creative aspect of things. And they're like, what else can you do? And that was like, all right, Ashley. And that's the important thing. When something comes to mind, actually doing it. Like, and
Yeah.
so
Not getting
actually
your own way.
correct.
Yeah, yeah. And then I just mentioned, since we're talking about podcasting generally, just as a podcast, we give fan service to other podcasts we enjoy. And there's just the two this
Yes.
year that I fell into and really loved, which was Good Hang with Amy Poehler. It brings me so
Yes.
much joy. Actually, three. Reliving Single. Absolutely have to listen to
Yes.
every week. Love. And then R&B Money podcast I talked about as well. Like I don't even really ever listen to music podcasts, which is interesting as a music lover because it's probably because I'm
Yeah.
so specific as R&B girly. But this podcast brings me like I these are like 3 hour episodes and I will sit and listen to them talk with whoever about whatever. It's so enjoyable. So those are my top podcast highlights and honorable
No,
mentions.
Rachel and Val
Rachel and
and
Val.
Van, sorry.
I mean, yeah, but these are the new ones for
The
this
new
year. Like
ones.
I've been
Yes.
listening to Higher Learning and it is my
Same.
top podcast now for the past what, 2 or 3
Yeah. Since
years.
day one.
Yeah,
Day one.
these are the newbies. These are the new ones that have stolen my heart this year. But Higher
Yeah.
Learning, I listen to Higher Learning second to our podcast. Like that's the only
Yeah.
podcast that's like, all right, here's mine. All right, Higher Learning next. Like if Spotify tries to play something else first, I say, no, no, no. Higher Learning is next. So
Yes. I love that. Okay.
take us
Podcast
home, Delora. Take us home.
highlights of the year. The Dayton Black Women's Film Festival,
Hmm.
in addition to it being our very first live, recordings, being able to engage and have community with Black women who are excited about film, who are actual filmmakers, who have, you know, honestly, the future in their hands, because this medium is so important. It really does shape the minds and hearts of many people, because we talk about how it's influenced us.
Yes.
Such a privilege, such a privilege. And in addition to that, we were sponsors. We
We
were
were
sponsors for
sponsors.
a film festival. Let that breathe. How cool is that? How cool is that? Thank you again, Angelina, for the opportunity to be part of her dream. And excited for next year as well. Um, we had our first author, a debut author on the podcast, Kristen L. Berry, writer of the phenomenal thriller We Don't Talk About Carol. It
Great
was
book.
so cool, because again, I loved all of our in conversations, obviously, but I just love that we kind of got a chance to go into original IP. You know what I mean?
Different genre.
A
Yeah.
different genre, and this will be made into a film, hopefully, maybe a limited series. We're going to speak that for you, Kristen.
Series. Get that series, girl.
Get the series. Oh, that'd be good, because you could do those flashbacks.
Get that
Yes.
series.
Yes. Um, but yeah, I'm so excited for Kristen's success with her book, and again, our opportunity to just, try new things. And I thought that episode was so great. And then in addition to new things, again, the Asian culture. We did our very first anime and we did Howl's Moving Castle. And I bring this up as a highlight because one, the culture was new to both of us. Again,
Yeah.
we knew nothing.
No.
Like, you know nothing, Jon Snow. We knew nothing about anime
And that's a
and
very rare air for us to say.
very rare. But we are also very open to fandom and what makes people excited about different cultures. And
Yeah, I gotta
my
go to
dear
Comic-Con.
friend,
That's still on my bucket
I
list.
know, I
Gotta go to
know.
Comic-Con.
My dear friend Brandon joined us on that podcast, and it was so much fun. And he was so great. Like, he filled in all the gaps, and I thought it was a
Yes.
great conversation.
Yes. Wouldn't have been the same without him. I'll tell you that. I'm like,
I,
yeah,
t-
sure, Delora. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Got it.
and Ashley, again, in addition to celebrating 5 years, 400 episodes.
Yeah, man.
That is nothing to sneeze at. Okay. Like, when you do something like this, people always say, get your content up, right? We up. Okay. And to your point, we have so much more to do, especially in terms of marketing, in terms of like just
We're trying to get an
um
intern still. Shout out to anybody if you're looking. Look,
yeah, but
contact
to
us.
your point, the sky's the limit. It's even higher than the sky. Like, the moon, Saturn's the limit, like, of what we can do with this podcast. And I'm glad that we have continued on this journey. And I'm
Hmm.
glad to do it with you, Ashley.
You too, girl. The what is the thing you sent me? The Cancer and Capricorns are sister
Sister.
signs. We got that. I mean, we don't have that Ariana Cynthia energy.
Not
We
quite.
have it in the best way.
We have
The
it in
the
the best way.
non hand holding, finger holding way.
I, I don't think we're as needy as Ariana, because I really do feel like Cynthia is just there for whatever
Moral
Ari needs.
support. Yeah.
Yes. But what I will say is, yeah, I think we complement each other in so many areas. And so, again, so happy to do this podcast with you.
Same, same. Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to do this like year in review to even just like look back. Like I look back at all of our recap notes to like get my
Same.
thoughts together. And it's like, damn, we really be churning out here. Like we really
Girl,
touch
to the
and talk
point where
about
I'm
so
like,
many
do we need to
things.
be a little bit more intentional just how many we're going to turn out next year?
We'll
Not in a bad
see.
way, just in a more structured way. That's all. Like,
We'll see. But thank you guys, as always, for sticking with us for another year of the pod. We appreciate
thank
you. We're
you,
always
thank you,
open
thank
to
you.
hear what you guys are thinking as well. Please share it in the comments section. Feel free to DM us. Shout out to everybody who does DM us, by the way. Like, we
Yes, we
love and
love it.
respond to everything.
We
So,
sure do.
thank you guys so much. Shout out to all of our great collaborators and partners this year. We appreciate you as well. The MVP for me of 2025 is Black women. Like, if I have to give an
Listen,
MVP, it's to all the
listen.
incredible Black women. Thank y'all.
We were there for each other this year. This year was a hard year. Dare I say, Black women in corporate. Uh, Black
Yeah.
women.
Y'all seen the reports. Y'all
Yep,
seen the reports.
yep. And I do appreciate our community for sure.
Hmm. Shout out to our friends and family for giving us the space and opportunity and support to do everything we've been doing, for showing up to the events, for listening to the podcast, for sharing episodes out.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys so much. So, cheers. I don't have a beverage, but I have a water. Cheers to another year in the books and looking forward to new and exciting things in 2026.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Please share it with everybody you know. We do have one more episode dropping this year. Next week, Christmas week. Get excited. We will come with one of, again, my top 5 favorite holiday films, The Preacher's Wife. Whitney Houston Denzel Washington. I had said before, dust off your DVDs, but guys, it is free to watch on Tubi right now. So
Mhm.
excited that it is available on some type of streamer. So
It
y'all feel
needs to be
free.
on one of the bigger ones for
Sure,
sure.
but Tubi's doing the Lord's work right now, doing the heavy lifting. So I I appreciate y'all. And yeah, come back and join us for this final recap and episode of the year. Get excited. Be safe out there with your Christmas shopping. If you're where Delora and I
Yes.
am, stay safe out here in these streets. We'll be back, but in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.